Well, now that we are officially moved into the new shop, I say we start working on the first project. So let's get busy. Yes, that is Dude right there, sitting in the new shop. I know a lot of y'all said he would be the first project that we worked on in here, and you would be 100% incorrect. I do need to do a little work to him. We're going on a little trip this afternoon. I'll tell you about that in a little bit, but he is not the first project. Our first project sits under this Quadrajet right here. I got to get it put together, and we'll put it on it, and we'll get her pulled in here. This Quadrajet is the one I bought off of Facebook. I put it on Dude, remember he was sitting right there? Put it on Dude just to get him in the garage so we could do the motor swap and put the blower on it. It did okay, but it acted like it didn't have an accelerator pump, and it didn't. This is it. There's the cup off of it anyway. Really hard, and it was pumping nothing. So I put a new cup on the accelerator pump, cleaned it real good, there was nothing stopped up. So it should be all right. Let me put it back together, and we will get it on the vehicle that we are going to be working on. All right, I got the old carburetor put back together. So I reckon the only thing left to do, let's go put it on the vehicle and get that vehicle in here. Well, if you guessed old Lockjaw would be the first project that we started in the new shop, well, you would be 100% correct. Yes, sir. Man, this is a rough old truck. Oh, I just got to looking at it down this side here. What in the world was I thinking? Anyway, let's get the carburetor on. I think I got one flat tire over yonder. Got to rig up a fuel system, get a battery in it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that he'll fire right up and we'll get him in the shop. Let's get the old tarpaulin off of him real quick. Oh yeah! Ooh, Wasper, get on, get on! I have disturbed the nest, oh yeah. This suckers are flying everywhere. Good gracious alive. I do not know where they're at, but they are right here somewhere. Right in this area. Oh no, I have ripped my tarp. Yes, sir. They're right here around this headlight somewhere, and they are not happy with me at all. And I'm not going any further until I find the nest and can spray it and spray them. Let me go get some carb cleaner, see if I can't kill a few of them. Well, they've quit flying around, so that tells me they're back on the nest. I just got to find it and go to killing them. Oh yeah, I found you now. Nighty night. Nighty night. Get away from me. I still got one or two flying around. If he'll land, he's gonna die. Sorry little buddy, but you got to die. There we go, right here. Nighty night. Wait, get off me, you sorry sucker. Well, I think that's all of them. Let me check this nest a little bit. Yeah. They are all dead. Nighty night. Alright, now let's get this carburetor on here. Alright. Alright. There's the gasket. Oh, I just realized we don't have a distributor in it either. What the devil? Oh yeah. All right, I got the throttle hooked up. Let me get number 1 sparking plug out. Why is it loose? This is odd. Huh. I guess I need to get the battery hooked up. Let me do that real quick. Oh yeah. All right, let's see if I can get this battery hooked up. Get on out of here now. Sorry, sucker. Get out of here. Oh yeah, I think I had her down in here. Negative. Oh, I had a vice grip on that, didn't I? I'll have to go get one. Let me do that. Vice grip clamp is on. Now let me hook up my little starter gun. I'm still fighting waspers. It must have been a million of them on that little nest. Good night. See you later. Bye bye. There's a good chance that my hand, might be stuck. Maybe not. See if we got anything. Oh yeah. All right, let's see if we can't find the compression stroke. There's a compression right there. Now let me get something to stick down in there. Get on! I swear. Let me get something stick in that hole. We find top dead center. Close enough anyway. Let me get this down in the hole. Well, apparently we're really close. Yeah. Let me see. Well, I can't turn it because it won't grab. Anyway, I think we're really close. Let me go ahead and put the distributor in. Oh yeah, to get it lined up. All right, let's see where we is. Are we down all the way? No, sir. Well, George, I think. No, let me go around just a little bit. All right. I got the distributor in. Let me get this bolt tightened up. Get the plug wires on. Get a fuel system rigged up. And hopefully the whole thing's gonna fire up. Numero 1. Where are you? In here. And then 2. Number 2 is right here. Get on there. I believe that's right. Let me plug her in, plug her in. Let me put this plug back in. Get a fuel system. Maybe this thing will fire up. Well, I got to work my way through the jungle here. Get this gas tank where it was originally. Get off! Get off! They're everywhere, I'm telling you. We now have a fuel system. Let's see if she'll fire up. All right, key is on. Let's give her a little drink of gasolines. A little bit to grow on. I thought I had that tied open. I'll have to work on that. Anyway, fire in the hole. I gotta plug this here vacuum port. That's what would go to the vacuum advance. But I ain't got a hose hooked up. I ain't worried about that right now. Anyway, let's fire it up again. I need to adjust the timing a little bit. It sounds like it's missing. Let me check firing order real quick. Here. It's right. I don't know. It just acts like it ain't running right. Anyway, let me get this wire off its header. We'll fire it up again. Let me give it a little time and then pump that tire up and we'll get it in the garage. just wanted a little timing. She moved. Oh crap! She just wanted a little timing. She smoothed right out. Now get on, get. All right, I got that off of there. Now let me pump this tire up. We'll get her in the shop. Oh, that's my vacuum modulator. Let's put it on. Well, I'm pumping up the passenger side tire. Yes, sir, I still got that little air compressor borrowed from the Dodge. I'm gonna be getting me one of them, yes, sir. Then we got to pump this tire up over here. I think we'll be good to go. We'll get her on in the shop. Well, there he is. He's in the shop. Oh, we got us a leak. What in the world is this right here? I just now noticed this. Huh. That would be, oh, okay. I just got the power steering looped. Oh, it's just stuck in the hole, actually. Okay. That's power steering fluid. False alarm. Anyway, it's a rough old truck, let me tell you. I don't think the needle valve is holding in the carburetor because it acts like it floods it every time I shut it off. So we'll have to fix that. You know, from this view over here, it ain't too awful bad. I mean, it's still got quite a bit of rot, especially in that door. But this view ain't too bad. It's this other side over here that goodness and gracious. It's just, that's awful. That is just awful. What in the world was I thinking with this truck here? Ooh-wee. Let me go ahead and tell you this. This is going to be a short day today because, like I said, me and Dude, we're going to take a trip here in a little bit. One of my subscribers by the name of John has donated a gas tank for the Dodge that we worked on the last couple weeks. He lives about an hour and a half away. So we're going to go down there and pick that up. And that's going to eat up just about the rest of the day. I got to do a couple things I'll show you here in a minute before we take off in it. But let's just soak this in. What I'm amazed at, look at this door. Just look at it. And half of the bottom is just, it's gone. Well, look, it latches. Yes, it is latched. And it won't open until I push that button and pull it. That's amazing to me. Yes, sir, it sure is. It's floorboard. Well, we're going to pull the seat out and pull that mat out, see how bad it is tomorrow. But it's going to have a floor. There's no, the rocker panel is completely gone. Cab corner, completely gone. The cab is what I want to do body work on. Just, you know, I don't want that big old gaping hole there while I'm rolling down the road. And yeah, I do plan on driving this. If I can get a title, I still ain't looked into that. I'm sure I can. But the door skin, well, I mean, look at it in here. Good gracious. We'll have to attach that to the door some kind of way. This fender here, it bolts right here. Well, the cab is rusted out there, so it, well, as you can see, it moves. We can't have that because it hits the door. We'll have to do something about that. The frame seems like it's pretty bad, but I don't plan on loading this truck. I ain't gonna haul nothing in it. I ain't gonna pull nothing with it, but it seemed like right back in here, it was a little bad. We'll have to get up under it and look at all that. Well, we'll tell you this, you know, we had decent brakes, front brakes. There's nothing on the back. We ain't got nothing now, hardly. No, sir. I pushed the pedal and, well, she didn't want to whoa. We'll have to do brake work on it. That's probably one of the first things we're going to do. I honestly don't know what all we're going to do. Well, we are going to spend 2 or 3 weeks on it. Getting it, you know, somewhat roadworthy. You got to have windows. But brakes probably be the first thing we do. And then we got to have exhaust and work on the inside of the cab. The electrical, nothing works other than the ignition. That's it. But anyway, that's it for this today. Let me go over here and show you what we're gonna do to Dude. Well, first thing we're gonna do is get this gauge off here. I don't need it anymore. It's just teed in to my fuel line, I think. Where's it at? Yeah, right here. I may just get rid of this tee, put me a short piece of hose right here. That should do it. And this, you know, don't have no air. And if you recall, it's got a great big old hole in the floorboard. Well, the air that comes through there gets heated up by the motor and exhaust, and I'm telling you, it will fry you. Well, I found this boot over at Mama's, and I'm gonna see if we can't put it over that hole to stop some of that heat. That's about all I'm gonna do. Dude, you know, I know a lot of y'all wanted Dude to be the first thing we worked on, but Dude's pretty good right now. He don't need a whole lot of work, no sir. You know, there's modifications that we're gonna do, but for right now, no sir. I'm just driving Dude, and he's a pleasure to drive. Let me tell you that. Anyway, let me get to work on that stuff right there real quick. All right, let's get these lines and fittings on here. Get me a new piece of hose. Getting gasolines everywhere. Ta-da! Put her off about right there. Chomper, chomper, chomper. All right, got that done. I think I'm gonna wire tie this here. Just keep it from flopping. All right. Hopefully this won't take too long. But we'll solve a major problem of heat. It's too deadly hot today. Be riding around this thing with it. Basically a heater blowing on you. That's what it feels like. Yeah. Well, I need to turn it around. I'm gonna have to slit that. It's too tight. Let me go get a knife. Let me cut this real quick. Well, y'all fell. I apologize for y'all falling over. But before we were so rudely interrupted, what I was going to show you is this. It just ain't gonna work because, well, let me get that boot off there and I'll show you. I forgot about having this offset on the shifter, so that ain't gonna work. I'll tell you what we might do. Give me a little piece of sheet metal. Might take a license plate or something. Try to cover that up best we can, because I'm telling you, it'll burn you up. Let me do that. Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, I got a couple of licensing plates right here. I'm gonna put one here. Of course, I'm gonna trim it a little bit. Put one there. That's all the way forwards. And all the way back. I'll have to cut this one too and put it right there. Yes, sir. Let me go get a marker. Do a little marking. I might put that boot on here once I get this where I want it. That way we can block out all the heat. Yes, sir. We'll cut her here, here. All right, we're gonna put that one right there. Let me go ahead and screw it down with my self-tappers. Let us see how it fits. Not bad. Yep, that right there work. All right, let me screw this down real quick. That worked just fine and dandly. Now, I wonder, let's get that boot on it, see what it looks like now. All right. I know it looks goofy, but it covers the hole going that way. That way it does not. So I think, yep, I think I'm gonna put a couple of screws in it anyway. And we'll call that good. Well, I managed to get a couple of screws in it. And, well, it seems to shift just fine and dandly now. So hopefully this will be a little bit more pleasurable to drive now. Yes, sir. Anyway, I got about 30 minutes before I got to leave. I got to clean up, eat me a little sandwich. See y'all tomorrow. Tis the next day. I'm out here cleaning on the pool. Got my pump installed 2 days ago. That's a joke. It's supposed to be 2 horsepower. No, sir. I put my hand in front of the jet. I had an actual 2 horse, you know, that replaced. It ain't no 2 horse, no, sir. Put your hand in front of the jet. It might be a 1 horse yep. I'm gonna send it back if I can. But anyway, I dumped a bunch of bleach in it, and you see it's pretty blue now instead of that little nasty green. That's what it does when it kills the algae. Down in that corner is real dark. Well, I've had my net getting crap off the bottom. We see a big old pile of leaves right over there. I need to be running my automatic vacuum, but it broke. So I ordered a new one. It'll be here in 2 days. So tonight, might have to get out here and do a little hand vacuuming. Anyway, let's head to the shop, see what we can get into. Well, I've been trying to figure out what I'm gonna do on this old hunk of junk first. I ain't made up my mind just yet, but let me tell you about Dude real quick. Dude did pretty doggone good yesterday. Yes, sir, he sure did. He's got a carburetor issue, which he's had it for a little while. Once it warms up, at low RPM, a very light throttle position, going through the gears, it don't matter which gear, at a certain spot, he'll just cut out completely and then pick back up. If you keep it in that spot, he'll sit there and buck and jump. Don't know what it is. It's something going on with that carburetor though. But other than that, he did great. My boot on the shifter, wonderful. Blocked all that heat, as you can see. I got a bungee cord on my wing windows because they're pretty floppy. They won't stay open. I had to hold them with my hand. And my hand gets tired doing that. Plus, dude, sometimes you need both hands on the steering wheel because he can be a handful. But yes, sir, he did pretty good. Let me tell you this though. I'm gonna have to send him to AA. Yes, sir. He loves the gasolines. 10.5 miles to the gallon. That's crazy. You know, and I didn't rawhide it none. That's cruising 2,000 to 2,400 RPM. That's about 55 to 65 mile an hour. And yes, sir, 10.5 miles to the gallon. I might do something about him. I do want to thank John once again for the free gas tank. Yes, sir, he gave it to us. That was pretty awesome. It was nice to meet him and his wife. Here's the gas tank here. It looks really good on the outside. The inside, he said the guy he got it from, I believe, had sealed it, and that stuff's coming out. So we'll have to clean the inside. But yes, sir, that's a really good looking gas tank. Appreciate it, John. What are we gonna do on this? I sort of want to fool with the electrical a little bit, which I know there ain't a whole lot to video on that. I'm gonna fool with electrical just a little bit, see if we can get some of the stuff working. And then we might fool with the brakes. Oh, speaking of brakes, I realized why the brake pedal didn't feel good. That's the vacuum going to the booster. I didn't have it hooked up. So if I hook that up, the brakes probably be okay then. Anyway, let's fool with electrical just a little bit. Well, I decided before I do anything with the electrical, let's fool with these hood hinges a little bit. See if I can't get them to break loose. I thought I had some Crow oil, but you know, I don't know where it's at. I cannot find it. That stuff ain't cheap either, mostly. I'm gonna put some P&B blaster everywhere, and then I might hit it with a peat. Let's see what that does. All right, there's my big Hummer. Look at there, there's moving. Let me get my welding gloves. Oh, look at that. That's just like a brand spankingly new one, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's lube her up some more. Oh, yeah. All right, let me go work on the other side. I've got this spring to it somewhere. I remember it coming off, or I took it off. It's somewhere. Well, this one over here, imagine that, the whole thing is rusted out in the hood. So if I can get this bolt broke loose, we'll take this, put it in the vise over there. It'll be a little easier to work on. Oh yeah. All right, let's take this over here to the vise. Yes, sir. It's moving, but that spring makes it where I can't close it by hand. Ooh, that's hot. Where's my gloves? Oh, yeah. Ugh. Yes, sir. So we now have working hood hinges. We'll have to work on that hood here a little bit. It's pretty bad. Yes, we will have to do some bracing. You can see where it's, broke there and over there. It's just a typical square body hood. Hinges don't work all that great. Somebody grabs it out there and she bends right there in the middle. Plus there may be something out here that's wrong. I ain't figured it out yet, but there's something right there that's missing. Anyway, I guess my ADHD took over for a little bit. Let's check the wiring out. All right, I climbed in here just trying to see what all works. And so far, the blower works on high. I don't have any medium. The radio, it's already on. And it's got a speaker, I looked a minute ago. Speaker could be blowed up. This might not be getting power. But this is an AM radio, but then you got this little FM tuner down here. Lights come on, so, I might try to find a speaker here in a little while, hook that up, see if it'll work. Wipers, there's no wiper arms, but I don't hear the motor running either, so that does not work. We know the temperature gauge don't work, if you remember from when we first got it running. Let's fire it up. Well, I turned it on a minute ago, and there it goes. It just goes to spinning like crazy. I don't think I've got a gauge anywhere, aftermarket. I might just see how much one of them cost. Really, that's about all the electrical inside other than the horn. It don't work. Let me get down here to the fuse box and see if we got blown fuses or bad connections, anything like that. Well, I've been checking all the fuses. I'm getting power on either side of all the fuses except for one that is called panel lights. But then I remember, well, we don't have no headlight switch. There's the wires right there have been cut. So I got to find a headlight switch before they'll work. But I can't really figure out why anything else ain't working. Working on the windshield wiper right now. And, well, the motor was stuck, or something is stuck. Let me get a flashlight. You can see the mechanism of the arm down in there. I got it freed up. Still don't want to work. I may pull this off. I think I've got another one of these somewhere. I can't remember where it's at. But I think I got another one somewhere. If I can find it, we'll swap it out. Now that's the pump section there. Well, I have spent entirely too much time on this wiper motor. This one is the one that was on it. I had it working, but then it got to where it'd work a little bit and then quit, work a little bit and quit. Acted like, it was temperature overload. Well, I think that's what that is right there. But this whole piece broke off. Well, it's letting this brush holder flippity flappity flop everywhere. So this is junk now. We're gonna put it over here to the side. The washer part was sort of working, but not really. Well, I had this spare. It works, I plugged it in, but the washer part, well, it wasn't doing right. So I decided, let's just take this little wheel off. That way it won't even try. It would lock up every once in a while and lock the whole thing up. Took that off and, well, we're gonna save it, put it over here. This is gonna go on the truck. Of course, I gotta time the wipers now. Unless that's keyed or something. I'll have to study that. But anyway, this one we're gonna put back on here. Plug it in, and we'll give her the old try. Oh, wait a minute. Well, here's the issue. It's it's got plastic stuff and it gets wore, and then it won't work right. And that's what was going on here. And this little mechanism here wouldn't do right because I think this is wore out and we'll pull that back far off. Anyway, what I did is pull this little feller out of here. We're gonna throw it away just like that right there. Gonna put this back on here. Fully on, a washer. That's luxury items anyway. All we want is this wiper motor to work. Let me put this back together and get it on the truck. Well, I got it put back on. Let me hit the switch real quick. Let y'all see it work. See my arms down there in the hole? Watch this. There's low speed. There's high speed. Oh yeah. See that arm moving right there? Yes, sir. The home switch is working now too. I think there's a couple more square bodies over in the woods, where this comes from. We need some windshield wiper arms. So let's go over there and see if we can get some arms. And one of them might have a headlight switch. If it does, we'll get it. Well, I went to the woods and looked at the square bodies, and none of them had a headlight switch. No, so none of them had wiper arms. So I guess I'm gonna have to buy new ones or used ones off eBay. Anyway, come over here to the F30. Y'all remember last summer, I had put a head gasket on it, and I'd been having trouble getting it to start good. Used to 3 pulls, it's firing up. Dead of winter, it'd still do it. Well, after we took it to Adams, I couldn't get it to start. No, sir. Well, my handy dandy assistant wants to use it. They're working on an old sawmill, and they want to hook this tractor to that sawmill. I don't think it's big enough to run it, but we're gonna try. Anyway, come over here today, see if I can figure out why in the world the thing wouldn't start. Well, looked at the points, and there wasn't hardly no gap. No, sir. I set the gap 13 thousandths. Well, y'all just watch this right here. I know, I set the points on it. I know I did. It wouldn't hardly open. I set it to 13 thousandths, fired right up. I've started it 4 or 5 times now. Yes, sir, fired right up. Whenever we get ready to hook it up to the sawmill, if it'll run it, which like I said, I don't think it will. I don't think it's got enough power. But if it does run it, I might video a little bit of it. Well, we're back here at the shop. It's about time to call it a day. I just want to fool with this horn real quick and see if I can get it to work. I got this tore apart here. Down here in this hole, we probably can't see it real well. Down here in the hole, that's where your voltage comes from. And whatever is supposed to be sticking up here is missing. But I am getting 12 volts out to the horn. Horn is bad, so we'll have to get a horn. Might go back to the woods, see if one of them trucks has got a horn. Plus, I got to figure out whatever I need down in here. I'm going to find a light switch tonight, and I don't have something. Oh, I got to have a pigtail for it. That's, the connector and a pigtail, because in there somewhere, they just cut the wires. Anyway, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Well, we are back in the woods today. I come back over here to these square bodies because I figured it would have this pin for the horn. Well, it did. I got it. I got the horn off the front, and I completely forgot about another one that he's got up behind his house. And he told me that I could get, pretty much whatever I wanted off of it. So we might get the tail lights, headlight trim, wiper arms if it got any, the headlight switch, and well, just might get a tip gauge, just whatever I can find. Well, here's something else I was thinking about too. One day lockjaw may become unlockjawed. Here's just a bed, a cab, fenders, one door, a hood. I'm just saying, you never know. Anyway, let's head back up here to this other truck. Well, here we are at the other square body that I forgot about. It's got, well, they don't have any tail lights, so we won't be getting that. Let's go up here and see if we got any kind of headlights or headlight trim. Yes, sir, we do have headlight trim. We've got headlights, so we got 2 headlights. Horn. I don't see a horn. I wanted dual horns. Let me see real quick. Oh yeah, that horn's over yonder. I got to get right over there for now and get the headlight switch. So that's gonna be fun. I'll be back in a little bit. Well, I got over here and got the door open, and I want y'all to look right here on the dash. Look here, headlight switch, pigtail. That may be lockjaws. You never know. Yes, sir, that's awesome right there. Let's see what else is in here that I might want to get. I'd like to have a temperature gauge. I think we'll try to get it. Yeah, let me get my tools out, and we'll work on that. Well, I tell you what, we got a pretty good haul on parts this time around. Yes, sir. Also, by the way, you notice that the tailgate still works on lockjaw. I will show y'all something else here in a minute too. That's, well, it's pretty amazing. Anyway, this is what we got. Got 2 headlight bulbs with a little bezel trim, whatever you want to call it. One taillight that was inside the truck. Of course, we got the headlight trim. I got this because it's got the, I believe, the ampere gauge. I want that instead. Got the temp gauge. It's doing the same thing as the other one. See, it just sort of goes wherever. I don't know if they're supposed to do that, and that gauge is okay, and there's just something else going on or what. But anyway, we'll fool with that in a little while. This was on the dash, brand spankingly new. Dimmer switch goes on the floor. Yes, sir. Some of you youngins probably don't even know what that is. Anyway, I don't know that we need it, but I thought I'd grab it anyway. Of course, I don't need this because I got one, but you know, I didn't want to get tore up. Got that too. Headlight switch, of course. That was awesome. Laying right there on the dash. Yes, sir. That, like I said, that may have come out of lockjaw. Found this in the cab of the truck too. 1970. Got both of the parking light lenses, the trim. I had this too. This, where did I get this from? I don't remember. It may have been in that truck, but it's white, and there's one already on there that's white, so we'll probably be using that one. Yes, sir. Got them 2 badges right there. I ain't gonna put them on, but I just grabbed them. 2 horns. That truck had 2 horns, so we're gonna have dual horns on lockjaw. And then the headlight connector with a little pigtail. Somebody cut it off, I think, of the passenger side on this one, so I got it. Oh, got this ductwork. I don't know that I need it, but it was laying there, so I got it. And then this truck is missing the vent down there by the headlight, so I grabbed it. That's pretty much it, I think. Yes, sir. I tell you what, let's put the the headlight switch on first, because you can't run none of the lights without it. So let's hook it up firstly, and then we'll go to putting headlights in and all that and see if any of that works. Remember how I told you a minute ago I had something else to show you? Well, I found these keys in here, I guess, when I was cleaning it up last year. Well, watch this right here. That's a door lock key. Stick her in there. Watch that lock. Kaplow. Yes, sir. It won't unlock because this little arm right in there, it's a little sloppy. But if you want to unlock it, all you got to do, put your hand in the door like that. Kaplow. It's unlocked. As rusty as this door is, that still works. That's crazy. Anyway, let's work on the headlight switch, and then maybe we'll go to fooling with the lights a little bit. Well, I got an issue. I started wiring this headlight switch up. I got 2 browns here coming out of it. Well, in there, I do not have 2 browns. Get this out of the way. I got 1 brown and I think a yellow and an orange. Well, I don't have, well, I've actually got a yellow orange. See, it's sort of, I don't know. Let me go study on this a little bit and see which one goes where. Yes, sir, because I ain't got a clue. Well, I have done quite a bit of studying, and I'm still just as confused as I was when I started. I got 2 brown wires here, but only 1 under there. I've got an orange and a yellow wire under there, but I've only got I'm not real sure. It's yellow down here, but it's orange up here. So, I don't know. I ain't got a clue. I think what we'll do is, actually, that's not a yellow wire, is it? No, sir. That is I don't really know what color you would call that one there. I'm gonna wire it up some kind of way. We'll see what happens. Well, I got it wired up, but I left this one and this one unwired, and then the orange and brown and whatever color that other one is, I left them unwired for now. Once I get power on it, we'll put a meter on it, and maybe we can tell what they are. I don't know. But I think now, let's go ahead, put the headlights in, and the turn signals, parking lights, all that. We'll look at the tail lights, see if we got the bulbs, see if they're, gonna work or not. Anyway, let me get the headlight stuff in right now. This little fella right here is part of the adjuster, side to side, up and down. Well, it was gone in this one. So I stole it out of that red and white one too. So let's get this put in first before doing anything else. I got to wire this. That's the plug that they cut. So I got to wire it in real quick. According to the plug, the tube got 2 black wires. So I'm assuming these 2 black wires here need to go together. I'm assuming since they're black, they're ground. So yes, sir. And we got that one there. I bet that goes on the battery. Yes, sir. We might have to hook it up. All right, I got that wired up. So now let's get the headlights in here. Yes, sir. One of my tabs on this thing here is broke off. I think it's probably right here. Yes, sir. So they only have 2 holding it in. That ain't all that great. But it's glad to do for now. Let me put that other one in real quick. Well, we've got 1.5 headlights. Yes, sir. And there's pretty dim. That may just be a bad connection, background, I don't know. But we have no parking lights. We have no parking lights in the back. We have no brake lights in the back. We have no side markers. No, sir. All we got is 1 and 1.5 headlights. Let me clean this connection here on this and see if it don't work a little better. And then I think I told y'all, this brown wire that I didn't hook up, according to the print, it's the parking lights. So I might temporarily hook that up to see what it does. Well, I hooked the brown wire up. I don't remember, what did I say it did? I hooked it up, nothing happened. Hooked the orange wire up and we started getting side markers. This one was burning, but it quit. Also got parking lights now, well, not turn signal, but parking lights. That side marker's burning real good. This side's doing good, this side ain't. Well, let me show you this. There's a ground right here, and I don't know what it goes to. Logically, you would think it's going to go to these lights over here, but I don't see any wire cut. Let me do a little more investigating on that. But this is, look at the truck. It's one big giant rust bucket, so we're probably going to have bad grounds everywhere. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let's do this right now. I'm going to pull the lights of the lenses off back here. And I don't know if these bulbs are any good. They may not be good because I'm not getting anything back here. Let me pull them off real quick. All right, let's get this color out of here. See what we got. Best I can tell just by looking, the bulbs are okay. So most likely it's a wiring issue, I'm sure. Ground or just not getting good connection. And there looks good too. I'll put the meter on these and check them. And then we may clean this up a little bit. Well, I checked the bulbs with the old Metri right there and they check fine. I cleaned them up anyway. Cleaned up all the sockets there and still ain't got nothing. This right here, it's gonna take a while, fellas. I've spent several hours trying to figure out what I've got working so far. It's late, I'm just going to the house, but I am going to study tonight on where all the grounds are. I'm going to study that headlight switch some more. And this ground here, seeing how the left side here, the lights don't act right, they're dim about half the time. I bet you money that ground goes to them somewhere, got to. I'll study that, and I don't understand this headlight switch, why we've got wires in here that don't show up on the wiring diagram. That don't make any sense. Anyway, I'm gonna go in and study. See y'all tomorrow. Well, I lied. I didn't go in the house just yet. No, sir. Whilst we were in the woods today, I stole that pin and spring for the horn out of the dually. And well, just watch this right here. yeah, we got us a horn. That's just one. You know, I took both horns off that red and white one. This one is only wired for one. Here's the old one, by the way. It just wouldn't work. Anyway, one of them's here. One of them goes right here, underneath here. But there's no wire. I don't see any wire anywhere. So I will run the jumper wire from that one to this one tomorrow. But hey, at least we got a horn. At least I accomplished something today. Well, I did quite a bit of studying last night on the electrical on this old truck. And according to the print, the wiring diagram, every light on the back goes to one single ground point. Find that and we'll probably have lights in the back. This ground up here on the headlight, like I thought, it goes to this side. According to the print, it should go right here in this plug. Well, I looked a minute ago and there is a spot. There's two wires there already, and y'all probably can't see it, but there's another spot for another wire. That's where that ground right there goes. Hook it up, and this left side, it'll probably work good. Headlight switch. Well, I figured out how it works. I still don't know what that one wire is for, but it's got two powers that come in. The red one feeds the headlights, and then the orange one feeds all the rest of the lights. There's two spots on here for parking lights, and it depends on what you want. If you put one there, parking lights will be on in any position of that switch. Like it is right now, the parking lights in the front go out when the headlights are on. I might switch it around, I don't know. But the brown wires, they definitely supply power to all the parking lights. I don't know why there's two there together though. And again, this other, it's not a yellow wire. I don't know what color it is. I don't know what it goes to. It's not on any print. But anyway, I think I got it figured out. So let me get busy doing some of this stuff. Find this ground, get that ground hooked up, get that the rest of the way wired up. And I think we'll have pretty much all our lights. All right, here's what I did and here's what I got. I hooked up the brown wire and orange wire. Went ahead and, you know, crimped them with butt connectors. That yellowish wire that's doesn't show up on the print, well, she's just a dangling. I don't know what to do with it. Don't know what it's for. So I'm just gonna leave it. Then I come out here, made me a ground wire. It's temporary because it's, you know, red, plus it's a little too small. This is just for testing purposes only. Anyway, got that hooked up. And, well, let me turn the switch on. Ta-da! Both headlights burning bright as they can be now. This bulb here, it's burning bright now, but sometimes I see it just went out. Something going on with that socket. What I'll have to do eventually is clean all the connectors and sockets and whatnot. That bulb is burnt out, but you ain't gonna believe me unless I show you. We got working tail lights. Both of them are working. And I touched nothing back here. You know, I was gonna try to find the ground. Well, I can't find the ground. Unless it's in here, I can't find it. But yes, sir. Both of the tail lights are burning now. I thought it might have been ground, you know, that ground I hooked up. Well, I unhooked it. They still burn, not as bright, so I don't know. I ain't got a clue. It's wiring. It's a mystery. But we do have panel light on this. Don't have any up here. It could be connection, ground, bulbs. I don't know. I'm gonna pull that out here in a little bit because I thought, well, I hooked this temp sensor wire to ground and it pegged all the way over. Well, it won't come back now. So anyway, I'm gonna swap that gauge out. We'll check the bulbs, and I don't know what else we'll do. We'll find something to do because there's, oh, I know what it is. I don't have any brake lights because I don't have a switch. They took the switch, the plug, and the wires that go into the main harness. They took it all. So we may have to go over to the woods here in a little bit, see if we can't find a brake switch and all that, and get that working. Turn signals do not work. I guess that'll be the next hurdle after I get this cluster out and replace that gauge and see about the lights. Let us get up in here, get this here cluster apart. I don't know, I guess, oh, got one right here. Almost forgot you, little buddy. Let us see. Well, I got one more. That plane. All right. Got that out. I dropped the screw up. Let me find it. Now, this here should come out. Just like that right there. We got 1, 2 lights burning. One's out there, one's out there. I think there's one down there. So it's probably bulbs. There's one right here burn out. All right, we'll deal with that in a minute. Let me get this temp gauge out firstly. This is a crappy way to do this. Tell you what, let's pull this whole thing out. So that little prong there, it ain't acting right. Well, I finally got it out. The speedometer cable, it had no slack at all, so I had to loosen it before I could pull this out. Anyway, this is very reminiscent of the danged old Dodge's dash. See all these traces and whatnots. The temperature gauge. Let me flip it over real quick, show you. All right, here's the temperature gauge. Here's the back of it. See, it's got them 4 postices. Well, you only need 3 of them apparently, but they just stick in these little prongs here. Well, this top one, where'd it go? It was just flippity flappity flopping. It wasn't really connected. So these little prongs right here, I've bent them down so that should tighten it up. But before I put it back in, I'm gonna try to pop all of these out, clean all these connections. These here, the ones for the lights, any connection, any electrical connection. I'm gonna see if I can't clean them up. So let me do that. We'll get it back in. Maybe I'm gonna put that other temperature gauge in because this here, I don't know, it's just, it ain't doing right. Anyway, let me get this done and get it back in. I'll be back. Well, I came in the house to get me a drink of water because it's pretty hot. Yes, sir. And I thought I'd show y'all the pool. This is 4 days later, 5 days later. It ain't no different. It should be clearing up quite a bit by now. That pump is just junk. It's not moving any water. I've already started the return on it to Amazon. Tonight I gotta sit down and find an actual good pump. Go ahead and buy it, and then maybe we can get this cleared up before summer's over. Well, I got it back in, as you can see, but I'm gonna leave this clear cover off for now because, well, watch the fuel gauge. I got it sort of working now, but she pegs out, and it don't want to come back all the way. So until we get that fixed, I have to do that to make it come back. And the temp gauge, this is the other one. They're just doing the same thing, but it doesn't swing freely, so it may be okay. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that cover off for now because, you know, might have to get back in there. We only got 2 lights working. I gotta get some more lights. But this here is about as good as I can get it for now. I told y'all I had a what do you call it? The trim that goes over here. Well, it ain't gonna fit because it don't have a spot for the washer, so the windshield wiper. So, you know, the other one I got out of the old red and white truck over there, well, it's gonna have to work. Let me show you real quick. Here's the one I was gonna use. As you can see, you got the lights, but there's no place for the windshield wipers. Well, if you look at this one right here, it's got a spot for it. So we'll have to use this one right here. That's good because it's got that vent, and that one didn't have the vent. So, and this one has not been cut out for a radio, so that's good. Yes, sir. Anyway, what are we gonna do next? I think I'm gonna go to the woods, see if I can find a brake light switch and also a park neutral safety switch. Remember, I took this in apart, but it ain't working right. I'm having to jump it out down there to get it to start with the key. And, well, right now, if he's go study, see them 2 wires right there, yellow and white wires, are cut. That may be the brake light switch. I don't know. I'm gonna go in there and see what colors it calls for. And, well, maybe I'll figure out what those wires go to. All right, I am back from the woods. I got my brake light switch. I done checked it. It works. There's the plug and wires for it. And here is the park neutral switch. It's stuck. This came out of the old red one, and it's stuck. Might take it apart, look at it, and we might just take the one. You remember I took it apart before. Might take it apart again to see what's wrong with it. But anyway, I just put the meter on that orange wire right there. It's got 12 volts constants. I'm pretty sure those are my brake light switch wires. So let me get that wired up, get the switch in, and then hopefully that'll fix them. Then we might work on that neutral safety switch. Well, I got my brake light switch installed. I got it wired up. I ain't got no brake lights. Looking at the print, the brake light wire goes through the turn signal mechanism. Remember, we don't have any turn signals, So I know I got power coming up here to it. So there's something going on inside this steering wheel. So we're fixing to pull it. And let's just see what we got going on in here. Oops. Ta-da! Excuse me, sirs and ma'ams. Well, I didn't have a full steering wheel puller kit. All I had was that piece I was using. So I just went to AutoZone and bought this steering wheel puller kit. Because this thing here you got to push down. And in my younger days, I could do that, but not anymore. I guess I'm just getting old. Anyway, let me get this off. We'll get in there to that turn signal mechanism and go to cleaning it up. Hopefully that's all it needs, is just cleaning up. Well, once I found that third screw, I got this out. Yes, sir, come right out. It's a little dirty in there. That's all the contacts. And then this piece goes up here and goes clicky-clacky back and forth. I'm going to clean all this up. Hopefully that'll make it work. If it don't, well, might have to buy a new one of these. Well, I've been at this for several hours now, and I've made no progress. No, sir. There's nothing wrong with this. I have checked it a million different ways, and there's nothing wrong with this. I even pulled this plug out that goes through the firewall. There's nothing wrong there. Unless it's a ground that I can't find, then I don't know why we don't have turn signals. The only time I have brake lights is if I don't have any other lights on. You turn the parking lights or headlights on, and my brake light goes away. When I do have brake lights, both elements are burning. It shouldn't be doing that. It should just be one. I ain't got a clue. I'm tired of fooling with it. It's probably a ground, I guarantee you, because a bad ground will do some weird stuff. Right now, I don't care. I'm over it. Tomorrow's Sunday. Sunday's day of rest. That's what I plan on doing. I'll see y'all Monday. Well, I didn't go in the house. Y'all know how hard-headed I am. I have made progress, though. Y'all watch that right there. I got a tail light and a brake light at the same time, but turn the left signal on. I don't have any signal. Of course, your brake light goes away because that's how it's supposed to work. But I do not have signal. I don't know why. It could be the flasher, but, well, I don't know. I have made progress. I'll tell you what it was. It's a combination of this ground, but I think it was mostly this socket. I really don't know. I kept moving stuff, and, well, it started working. So, Monday, we're going to have to look at them sockets and see what's going on. As far as blinkers, it may be the flasher. I'll try to find another flasher, and we'll try it. Well, I'm mowing the yard and weed eating today, and whilst I was admiring my beautiful plum tree here, I remembered, we had a mama bird sitting on some eggs in the front of Doompas right here. Well, I want y'all to look at this right here. I don't know if y'all can see them or not. Them little baby birds. I wish they'd move a little bit. There they go. There's one of them anyway. I think there's 3. I can't tell. Anyway, we'll leave them alone. Well, I didn't have much time to fool this today. I had to mow yards and weed eat and do all that kind of stuff. But I did have enough time to make a better ground, get it good and secure, and cleaned this socket, that socket over there, and look at there. We got tail lights on both sides. We got a marker light over in the back. I got to buy some bulbs, that's for sure. And we got parking lights up front. Let me get up there and show you that. Both parking lights are working. Got a side marker over here. Like I said, I got to get some side marker bulbs. I'm going to get some clear tail light stop light bulbs. I don't like them yellow ones. And watch this right here. We got both headlights, and we have high and low beam. Oh yeah, sure do. Even got 2 dash lights working. I think they're the same bulb as the marker lights. So I had to get some bulbs for that. The only thing we don't have is reverse lights. I don't know why, because, that's the wires going to the reverse neutral safety switch. Well, your reverse lights come through that too. That's the wires right there. I got them twisted together, and we don't have any reverse lights, so I don't know what's going on there. And we ain't got no turn signals. I might have to take a break from that, yes sir, because that's getting on my nerves. Some of y'all might be wondering, why in the world did he choose this to be the first project in his brand new shop? Well, here's why. We were supposed to go on power tour and take him. Well, we didn't, because, we had to build this shop. Well, I thought it was only fitting to make him the first project because of that. That's why. Yes, he is a rust bucket, but he's my rust bucket, and I like him. I want to work on him. I've got a long-term goal for this truck, and I'll let you in on a little bit of it. It involves de-lockjawing him, giving him a good bed and doors and hood and maybe fenders. We'll just have to see. The frame, it's a little rusty, but like I said, I'm not going to be hauling anything in it, pulling anything with it. It's just a project truck, basically is what it is. But I would like to get it fixed up. I would like to take it on power tour. Yes, sir. Anyway, we are going to work on him again next week. We won't get everything done, but we'll get some more stuff done, I hope. Appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, hit that like, comment, subscribe. Share it with your friends. And until next time, go do something. Blurb, blurb.